This is lesson 4.7 for pre-algebra. It's exponents and multiplication. So title your paper, Exponents and Multiplication. There are a couple key concepts that you need to copy down. So here is the first key concept. It is multiplying powers with the same base. So you might want to just write down this example. It kind of just sums it all up. If I have 2 to the third power times 2 to the fourth power, I just add them together. Here's what it would look like. 2 to the third times 2 to the fourth. So if I wrote out 2 to the third, I would write 2 times 2 times 2, right? And then I'm going to times that by 2 to the fourth, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It's all multiplication, so then all you have to do is add the two numbers together and you get 2 to the 7th. Sometimes this is hard to remember though. Sometimes people don't remember if they add them together or multiply them. So it's good to write it out, especially on a test when you know it's important. So simplify each expression. So this one is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 to the 5th. And then if it asks you to simplify, they just want it like that, and they want the answer. So you'd write both things down. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. So you'd write both answers down. All right, m to the 5th times m to the 7th. So that's 5 m's times 7 m's. So then I count them all up and I have m to the 12th power. And it doesn't tell me what m is, so I can just leave it like that. Now this one has 2 letters in it. So what you do is you first do the x's. So that would be x to the 5th power. And then I times it by the y's. Now, this y is just there. It's by itself. So if I were to write it out, you'd write the one y, and then you write 4 y's, so then I would have a total of 5 y's. So, now try these where it says simplify each expression. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay, there's a couple different steps. So I'll show you how to do the first one, and then you can try the next two. So, first you want to do the numbers. You want to multiply the numbers together. So 6 times 3, and then you write down your answer is 18. Now you're going to go to the letters. A to the 3rd times A is A to the 4th. Exactly like we just did on the previous slide. If I have A to the 3rd, that means A times A times A, and then I have another A, so that's 4 A's. So it's 18 A to the 4th. Try the next two and see if, push pause, and then we'll see if we get the right answers. All right, so I'm going to do negative 5 times negative 3, which is positive 15. C squared times c to the 7th is c to the 9th. And lastly, I have 4 times 3 is 12. And then x squared times x to the 4th is x to the 6th. Pretty simple. All right, so here is the other concept, key concept, finding a power of a power. Now, if I said I want 2 to the 3rd to the 4th power, that means I want 2 to the 3rd 4 times. And then if I were to write that out, I would have 2 times 2 times 2 3 times, and then I'd have that 4 for each one of these. It's multiplication, remember, so it multiplies. And then you add up all those 2's and you get 2 to the 12th power. It's a little bit different. In the other one, it was 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 4th, and that equals 2 to the 7th. This is 2 to the 3rd to the 4th. So it's a little bit different. So for this one, you multiply the two together. See how it gets confusing? Sometimes kids will get messed up and they'll multiply the numbers when they should have added them. So it's always helpful to write it out like I did. So simplify each expression. 2 to the 4th squared. So that means, if I were writing this out, that means 2 to the 4th 2 times. 2 to the 4th times 2 to the 4th is 2 to the 8th. C to the 5th 4 times. So C to the 5th times C to the 5th times C to the 5th times C to the 5th. That equals C to the 20th. It might help just to write it out and then add. So always write it out and then you just add. M to the 3rd squared. So m to the 3rd times m to the 3rd is m to the 6th. And that's it for your notes, just those two main key concepts.